All rise. Support court with Judge Vanderby is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB1064, Adams case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Mr. Adams?
Yes.
You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, Your Honor, I've decided that I need a little more money a month with the child that we have, so that's why I'm here.
All right. So currently, how much are you receiving?
I think it's about minimum wage.
Okay, so about what, $213 or so, something like that?
Yes, around
that
area.
All right. How old is the child?
She's 5.
Okay. Does mom give anything extra? Has she been doing anything extra?
No. Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
So how did you all get to this point? She's on minimum wage child support. Was she working previously?
She was working previously, and then she quit the job, I want to say. I can't really get that backstory out of her. But we had to separate, Your Honor. I couldn't do it anymore.
You couldn't do what anymore?
I couldn't be with her. She started to get very just abusive. For what it is, my breaking point, she went upside my head because I couldn't put her food in the microwave.
Oh, wow. This lady did that?
Your Honor. She
looks so sweet.
No. You darn near need to get the bailiff in here. I can't.
Yes, this is a very serious situation. She hit him just because he did not heat her food. That is not a small issue. That is a big problem. It is not just petty behavior. It is domestic violence. No matter who does it, it is always wrong. The reaction in the courtroom says everything. The judge looks shocked, and so does everyone else. Nobody was ready to hear this. But then something makes it more complicated. She says she was off her medication. Now there is a big question. Is this something she does again and again, or was it just one time because of her health? If this happens again and again, then it is a very big problem. If it only happened once, it is still wrong, but it makes things more complex. Violence is always wrong. But does her health problem change the way we see this? What do you think?
Outburst. Let's dig deeper.
Oh, okay. You're not going to throw nothing at me, are you?
No, ma'am. No.
Okay. Well, he said you went upside his head. I just want to make sure you don't try to go upside mine.
It was a rough day that day. Your Honor, I'm diagnosed bipolar, and I was just having a really rough day. And our child, she was just really just crying all day, and I just needed a little bit of help. And he was just saying he couldn't help me at home, and so that's why I just kind of acted out.
Oh, okay. So it was an isolated incident?
Huh?
Was it an isolated incident?
I'm sorry.
This is where things become more difficult. She clearly says that she has bipolar disorder and that she lost control because she was not taking her medication. Mental health struggles are real, and it can be very hard to handle them. But does that make it right to hurt someone? The law does not say, you were off your medication, so it is fine to act this way. Courts do think about mental health, but their first concern is always safety, especially when a child is there. And this is not the first time it has happened. That is a very big problem. What happens next will depend a lot on that.
Numbers.
Okay.
Numbers, dozens.
It's because he let my medication, I was off my medication, and he said he couldn't pay for it because it was too expensive, but I'm back on my medication now, and he said we were going to try and work things out. I still love him. I mean.
Wait a minute. She went from earning very little to making $55,000 a year. That is a very big change. But now she is saying she has debt. The truth is, the court does not look at credit card bills. The only thing that matters is the child's well-being. Here is something important to understand. Child support is based on how much the parent earns before paying any personal expenses. That means it does not matter if she has debt or not. With her new salary, she is able to give more, and the judge is going to make sure she understands that.
Well, I'm a manager at a fast food restaurant.
Okay.
And I'm trying to get back on my feet and, but I got a lot of debt. So I have to, save that money. And I don't feel like I can pay more child support right now.
How much are you making now at your new job?
I'm making $55,000.
55,000. That's a lot from where you're at now.
I didn't have anything before, and I just have a lot of the credit card debt.
Okay.
And health debt, with my medication and my visits.
I understand. You understand that he has things that he needs to pay for you all's daughter, right?
Yes, yes.
And I can only imagine $200 or so for a 5-year-old is not cutting it.
It's not.
You understand that, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So it's only fair that your child support is increased because your income has changed and you have the means now to support your daughter a little bit better. Now, that's not to say I understand that you have debt. I understand that you have things that you have to pay for, but with what's in the best interest of the child, your child support should be increased. You understand that, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Is your daughter involved in any extracurricular activities or anything?
Yes, she's in ballet.
Ballet, okay. How much is ballet?
It comes to about, I want to say, about $200 a month.
$200 a month? Okay. And she goes throughout the year?
Yes.
Okay. What about health insurance?
I pay health insurance.
All right. How much is health insurance?
And there it is, the decision. The court has changed her child support and now she has to pay $928 every month. This amount includes basic support and also paying back Mr. Adams for health insurance. Is this fair? By law, yes. Courts use a system that decides child support based on income. For one child, that means 20% of what she earns after taxes. The main point is very clear. The law does not look at whether you just got a raise or if you have debt. If you start making more money, your responsibility to your child also increases.
Supervised visits?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. All right. So this is what we're going to do, ma'am. We are going to adjust your child support so that it increases to reflect what it should be based on your new income. You testified that your new amount was $55,000. That would bring your gross to $4,580.
And here it comes. The classic, but what about this argument? She says that because Mr. Adams sold her a bad car, she should not have to pay more child support. Nice try, but that has nothing to do with this case. This is about child support, not a small claims court case. The judge does not waste any time and stops that argument right away. Here is something important to remember. If you are in court for one issue, do not try to change the topic with other complaints. It will not work.
Which brings your child support amount to $700.80. Now you do have to reimburse dad for the health insurance. Okay. So that $780 plus the $222 for health insurance reimbursement, that brings your monthly obligation to $922.80 per month. Okay. You understand that?
Can I just mention one thing, Your Honor?
Sure.
Reggie, he's a used car salesman, and he sold me this discounted car, and it's just a junk car, and I've been having so many bills from this car.
Okay.
And I just had it in the shop, and it was $750.
All right.
Because it's just breaking down, and I don't know how I'm going to be able to afford all this because he's the one who sold me this and said it was a good car.
So what did you want me to do about it?
I sold her that car.
Well, here's the deal. I don't even need your defense because I didn't need her story. It doesn't have any impact on what it is that I have to do. This isn't a divorce where, we're in a temporary orders hearing and we're talking about splitting debts and anything like that. So it's irrelevant to what we're doing here today. However, you have to take care of that expense. That's how you're going to have to handle it. And if the two of you have an issue that ends up having to result in litigation, that'll be done in a different court. Okay. So as of today, your child support has been increased to $922.80. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have anything further?
No, Your Honor.
And just like that, the case is over. The judge has decided that the mother must pay $922.80 every month for child support, making sure the child gets the care they need. As for her complaints about the car, completely ignored because they had nothing to do with this case. The biggest lesson here? When it comes to child support, the court only cares about the child's well-being. Everything else does not matter. The court always makes decisions based on what is best for the child. Personal debts, past conflicts, and drama do not change that. But now I want to hear from you. Do you think this decision was fair? Should the father have asked for even more child support? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this case as interesting as we did, make sure to like this video, subscribe for more courtroom stories, and tap the bell so you never miss a new case.